I continue to maintain that if the Seahawks came up with a solution in which they were ensured of getting a quarterback that they believed in, I think that they would be open and interested in moving on from Russell Wilson.
Open and interested.
I don't buy that part. Here's why. Seattle under John Schneider has never been in the position where they put all their eggs in the basket of a quarterback who has not played for them. They have not gone for the chosen one. And if they were going to be a team that was sort of amenable to that route, wouldn't they have done it before when they really didn't have a quarterback? Right? If they 2010, 2011, 2012, it was clear that they were looking for Matt Hasselbeck's replacement at that point. And they didn't trade for Kevin Kolb. They didn't trade up for the pick to choose Robert Griffin III. Like all of those different options that you saw other teams do, they never went for the anointed one as quarterback where they're like, all right, this is our guy, ride or die. This is who we go. Why would they do that now when they actually have a quarterback in place who has proven it?
That's a great question. I would say, though, that, in 2010, 2011, they were a 7-9 team both of those seasons. How much of a chance did they really have at, I guess, going all in on one of those quarterbacks?
Well, they could have done what Washington did, right? When Washington traded up to get the Rams pick so they could take Robert Griffin III, they certainly could have done what Arizona did because people thought Kevin Kolb was the guy. And I remember explicitly that there being a conversation of like, hey, you feel that strongly about that guy, God be with you. Like, Godspeed on that one, man. They consciously decided we're not going to take that approach where we've got to do everything we can to put ourselves in position to take the best quarterback we think. They were like, we're going to take these medium-sized test drives, right? We're going to sign Charlie Whitehurst. We're going to sign Tavares Jackson. We're going to sign Matt Flynn, and we're going to draft Russell Wilson. All four of those are situations where if that dude doesn't work out, you're like, okay, we'll just move on. It's not it's not trading for Mitchell Trubisky. It's not trading for Robert Griffin III. You know what I mean? And trading Russell Wilson because you think you have your quarterback figured out would be the trading for the guy that I'm gonna make my bed with. This is the guy that I'm gonna lie down. He's my ride or die.
And they have no way to get that right now. They just don't. I mean, who is that guy gonna be?
Well, if it could be Mac Jones if you're in San Francisco. I mean, San Francisco is the example, right, of what you're having to do at this point to get the guy. Mm-hmm. Or they traded up from 12 to 3, and they're going to get the third best. They're going to get the third best quarterback out of the draft.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I would even point at Carolina. I mean, Carolina knows they're not getting a quarterback, and they are, I think, overpaying to get Sam Darnold. I mean, it's a second-round pick. Yes, it's not a second-round pick this year, and it's also a fourth and a sixth-round pick. It's 3 draft picks, 3 players for a guy that we're all pretty sure about being, at best, Andy Dalton. At best. If even that. I don't even know if he's Teddy Bridgewater's level, to be perfectly honest, and that's the guy that they are going to replace Teddy Bridgewater with.
Also, everything that we've seen from Seattle this offseason points to Russell Wilson being the quarterback. Like, there's
everything they've done the last 3 years, Danny. Think about every trade that they've made. They have been urgent, and Russ, his camp wants to create this urgency. They have been perfectly, urgent over the last few years. Look at all the trades they've made on defense, whether it's a one that doesn't work out, like with Quinton Dunbar, or it's Dunlap, or it's Quandre Diggs, or it's Jamal Adams, or it's Jadeveon Clowney, or it's Gabe Jackson. I mean, shoot. How much longer do we have to have as a list of just reasons that the Seahawks are clearly going for it right now? And yet there's this constant talk, they might be heading for a divorce. Why? And you just laid it out. Like, you don't have the route to the next guy right now.
No, you don't. And not only that, everything says that you're preparing the path to maintain the route with this guy. So I understand what Schefter's saying, which is, hey, there's been enough heat on this situation that I'm not going to turn the page until you actually get through the first round. I'm just telling you, if there were something to happen, it would be dramatically out of character for anything Seattle has done in John Schneider's tenure.